Yes. True is 1, right?
Very good. So if I type over here 1, let's see the difference. I'll type 1 over here in the beginning. If I type 1 over here or true,
Mm.
1 is true, you're right. Now see the difference. In case of
45.
R, it's saying what? 45? Because it was saying that true means approximate match. Now,
Estimate.
what do we mean by approximate match? Exactly. So R is giving 45 because
Or
R is
at,
close to
at
E
least 40.
and E is
At
45.
least. Yes.
At least 45. Exactly. Give me an approximate value. Give me the exact value.
Okay.
Okay? I had to tell you this. I had to tell you this. But let me tell you something. Till now, they have not discussed in your exams
Mm.
approximate match. They've always discussed exact match. But I have to tell you everything because you don't know what
Yes.
might come this time. Okay? Right. Okay. So this is your VLOOKUP. Now, what is
Or
HLOOKUP? It's pretty
it's
easy.
horizontal.
There is something horizontal.
Yes.
Horizontal. Now, see, I'll just tell you something. Just look at this. I will
Mm.
simply copy this, right click copy. I'll come here, I will right click, and over here you will see something known
Transpose.
as transpose.
T.
Can you see this? If I transpose this, what happens is, you see what's happening.
It
In my
changed to horizontal.
fields,
Yes.
exactly, you get the point. So now my fields are coming this way. So this was vertical,
Horizontal.
now this is
Yes.
horizontal. Agree? So now look at this case. Let's say
Mm.
the examiner gives you data this way, gives you the grades, the percentage, the fields are coming horizontal, and that's your data, and gives you another grid where you have the names this way, you have the grade. Now, in the first
Mm.
second, it might sound confusing, but it's not confusing. It's very easy. It's the same thing.
Instead of
So what we'll do
instead of using lookup, we
is
will
equals
use
to
H lookup this time.
exactly. I don't know why
Yes.
students get confused.
Just
It's the same thing.
just the
Lookup value,
function is
is this
changed.
not the lookup value?
H lookup.
Exactly.
Yes.
Is this not the range? Absolute. We'll make it absolute. Yes.
Comma.
And comma. Now we need the row index number. For for
Wait, I'll
maths, which is the row? Which is the row from this range? Which
second.
row do we want the values for maths?
Thank
Very
you.
good. Usman, you're a genius. Good. And comma 0 for the exact match, let's say. Here you go. Now all we have to do
Mm.
is, because you learned fast, I have to explain this
Other
point like
students, right?
thrice to my students otherwise. Other students, yes. Very good. You got it. This is
Mm.
age lookup.
Yes.
You get the point? So one more thing. Age lookup has not come till now in the
It
papers. It is in the syllabus. So there could be a chance of age lookup
okay.
coming, but I will be teaching everything.
Yes.
Everything, obviously. You don't
Mm.
know what might come. Okay? Uh, if you have to
Mm.
practice age lookup, you have to do my activities. I'll give you my activities,
It's
okay?
basically
Right?
the same
Okay.
as VLOOKUP.
Uh,
Yes.
it's the same thing. Yeah, you just have to be careful that in your exam, if your data is coming horizontally, fields are coming horizontally,
Mm.
this means now you have a question of HLOOKUP. With practice, you'll be
Yes.
perfect. You'll know what to do. Don't
Okay.
worry. Okay? Right. So we have discussed VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP.
Okay.
Any problem? I'll give you a minute. Think over it and let me know.
Don't think
Any
so.
problem?
It, no.
Good, good. And since the lecture is being recorded,
Yes.
so it will save our time. Okay? Okay. Now, Usman, I have to discuss. Let me see. Let me see. We have discussed COUNTIF.
Yes. Context.
Yes or no? We have discussed COUNTIF.
Count. Count
Okay.
all.
I just have to discuss. Yeah, just some
Mm.
no, no, they're not really important. I'll tell you. I have to discuss some important functions. Like let's say if I type over here is 2.5, okay, and if I type 3.5. Now look over here. There are different ways through which you can round the values. One way is you can right click, go to format,
Format.
and over here, if I say number, I want it to be um, one decimal places. It gives me this, okay. And if I go into format,
30,
and if I say 0
36.
decimal places,
No, 4.
it will give me
Yes.
this. You get the point.
Mm.
Okay, it was 3.6, 3.6, right? Now this is one way. What if I want is another way? Is equals to int.
IT.
Int, what? This. This gives me 3. Now, do you see?
Mm.
This was a procedure. I right clicked, I went to format, I went to number, and I changed. This is a procedure.
What is
This
INT?
is a function.
Full form. Teacher. Okay.
It's a function, integer,
Whole number.
integer function. But
Yes.
what I'm trying to emphasize, Usman, is that there's something known as a procedure and there's something known as a function. So
Okay.
procedure is different from a function
The
and vice
format.
versa. Okay. So if the examiner, examiner will say,
Yes.
if the examiner says format, then you'll do this way, right
This
click,
is a
format.
procedure.
If the examiner
Procedure, right?
two decimal places, exactly. But if the examiner says whole number,
Mm.
if the examiner says whole number, you'll use int.
Yes.
Is it clear? Let's say the examiner uses a third term, and that is round. So you will do is you will type round, and this, how many decimal places? Comma 0.
4.
0 decimal places. If you say comma 1, so it will make it 1 decimal place. If you type comma 2, it will be 2 decimal places.
Yes.
You get the point. So, but you can see the answers are differing. That's not our business. We have to take care. If the examiner says
Round
round
function.
the figure, so we use round function. If the examiner says whole number, we use int. If the examiner says format, we use format
Understand.
procedure.
Yes.
Is it clear? Good. Okay, because sometimes students do is the examiner says format and then we uses round. So, frankly, this way you will miss out your A star.
There are
from an
three
A.
three
Like,
ways to
keep
do.
on. Not just because of one. Exactly. So you might lose 1 marks, and if you keep on repeating such kind of stupid mistakes, okay,
Yes.
right? Okay. So you have to be careful with these small things. Okay. Okay. Over here, I need to discuss with you is and or and not. Okay. Probably this is our last function, and I'll just start a paper after this. And or not. Okay. These are not. These are
Yes.
A level functions. You're not doing this. Yeah. If I feel that any of these functions are important, maybe 1 week or 10 days before the exam, I will discuss some more functions with you. That will be my guess. Okay. I will see that. Right now, no, I'll not do it. I don't want to confuse you. Achha, just give me a second. Let
And
me explain
not.
you this. This is really important. I have some boxes where I have red, blue. Okay. I have different colors. Okay. First of all, I need to explain you what is and. And means that if this is equals to blue, comma, and this is equals to blue,
Yes.
then it gives me true.
For
It gives
false
me
is
false.
because red.
It gives me true.
It's not blue.
Yes. Yes.
Mm.
False,
Yes.
false.
Both of them
Right?
should be blue.
Yes.
Yes.
Get the point? Right. Then I have something over here which is known as or. And if I say this is equals to blue,
Okay.
Usman, can you just pause for a while, okay? What's up? What's wrong with you? Go on. That's gone. Where? Was where? From where? Why? Too many lizards? You don't like lizards? Okay, Usman, sorry.
Yes.
Usman, do you have lizards in Saudi?
Yes. Nowadays
You do?
they're coming a lot.
Yeah.
Big sizes, small. Hiding hiding under the fridges.
Seriously?
My mother is my mother has a fear of lizards.
Oh my.
Yes. Yes.
My son has a fear of lizard. There was a lizard in my
Okay.
this IT room, and he's just too afraid. Anyway, okay. I'm okay with it
Africa.
because I was born and bred in Africa, so I'm not afraid.
Oh.
Yeah, 15 years. I lived in Africa,
Now in
so I don't have
Pakistan.
a problem.
Oh.
Okay. Now I'm in Pakistan. And here you go.
So-
Now, Usman, see what the difference is. Oh, sorry, I just went too fast. Uh, B2 is equals to blue, and A2 is equals to blue, and B2 is equals to blue. Okay, now let's see. I'll just replicate this. Can you tell me the difference? Or is different.
A2 is blue,
Why is it different?
B2 is blue. It's it's like absolute.
Or is behaving like either,
Both. Oh,
which means either.
if one
When
is blue,
I
then
and
one is blue is true.
yes,
And for and, if
yeah,
both is blue, then true. If one is yes.
yes, because the output. You're right.
Extend.
You're right. You're right. Because the output of or an and function is either true or false.
This is like
There
physics.
is no other form. Okay. So
Yes. Not
exactly.
yes.
Like your logic gates.
Mm. Yes.
Exactly. Logic gates that you've studied over there, right? Yes, you're right. Yes.
Yes.
The NOR gate, the NAND gate, and all that. Yes. Exactly. Right. If you make the truth table over
Yet
there.
similar to that. 0, 1. If
Okay. Exactly. Okay. You are physics students, advantage to you. Now, so why am I discussing this? I'll tell you why. Because this
Hello?
concept is important.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Now, see what I will do. I will say over here is or, and what I will say over here is comma. This is equals to blue. And just press enter. Now you will see what's happening. Let's see. Let's see. Okay. Why am I getting no color in case of or? Because no color means neither is blue. Neither is blue. Even if one is blue, if okay, if this is my statement. Remember, if had the logical test, if A2 is
Yes.
greater than 90, remember? Now I've implemented the or in the if statement because I had to explain you this how to tackle such a kind of situation. So if A2 is blue or B2 is blue, display my color. Otherwise, display no color.
Yes.
You get the point? Because if said, give me a logical test. I have given a logical test to if, and if the output of this logical test is true, it will obviously give
If
you
it
minus
was
1.
and uh,
Yes, if
yes.
it was and, then what would happen? Let's see.
Hmm.
Then we get less my
Only
color, but we get more no color.
two blues.
Because and
Both
means
should be blue.
yes.
Okay. Box
Yes.
one, box two.
Both should be blue.
Yes.
You get the point? Very good.
Okay.
Now I'll give you time, few seconds, 1 minute. Think over it again. I want you to think over it, okay? Did you get it or not?
Did you explain not?
No, we don't have to.
Okay.
No, leave not. Not used to be in the syllabus.
Only
Not
and.
so. If I have to, like I said, yeah, and or. And or is important.
And is and is both should be blue. All should be blue, and or only one.
Yes.
Not either.
Yeah.
Either should be blue. Okay. Understood.
Yeah, either. Just remember it.
Okay, understood.
Remember or with an either.
Yes.
Got it? So, and this now is known
Nested.
as nested function. Nested function means you have one function
Two functions.
inside the other function.
Multiple functions.
Two functions. Multiple functions. We call them nested functions.
Because we are using if. Using if.
Clear? Yes. Yes. Okay. Now what we'll do is, just give me a second. Let me
Okay.
just find a past paper if I have
Hello?
in my in this laptop because just 1 second. Desktop documents. What was it?
Yes.
Do you
With
have the
me, I
past
have.
papers of IT? From which year till which year? I mean, the sporting files and all that.
2003, 2013. Okay. Is it fine?
Excellent. Okay.
Yes.
I will. Very good. Let me just have a look. We'll solve one of the paper.
This is the type of exam questions come from past papers, right? Yes.
Past paper. Yes. We're going to do past paper.
IGCSE. Okay.
IGCSE. Yes. This comes under IGCSE. Let me solve 2000 June. We could solve any one. I just want to solve where we have more functions. There were just two functions over there. Yes,
Okay.
this is much better. It's lengthy. So it has it has 25 points. So let's solve this one, okay? Right? So we are also solving another bit. Okay, so let's start solving.
Yes, I'm ready.
Ready, Usman? Can you start? You're ready. You work for a company called Hot House Design. You are going to perform some clerical tasks for this company. Using a suitable software package, load the file n9supp.csv. Okay, now there's one thing very important, Usman, I need to tell you. In every question, whenever they say that you have two files, one is this file and one is this file, you can see yourself, right? So I would always advise you to open up these two files in the beginning. So I'll open up this one and
The second one.
I will open up
Yes.
this one as well. So I will do this. I will open up both in the beginning. Then I will again start reading my question.
Right.
Right? Place your center number, candidate number, and name in the header. Okay. Now listen, the way I am telling you. This is your file. Come into file.
Print.
Come into print. This is being recorded, so don't worry. You view it. Come into print. Okay. Come into page setup. And here you have header and footer. There is another way, but I would prefer you using this way. Come into header footer, custom header. So you can have your name, you can have your center number, and you can have your candidate number.
I was stuck in this part last time. Yes.
Right? So it's appearing over here, okay? So try to use the way I'm telling you, okay? You will always like it, okay? Right. Next point. Point number 3. In the company column, now the good thing is 2016 onwards, they are even telling you the marks.
Oh.
Before they did not tell you the marks, okay? So they tell you the marks. It's good and it's bad. Okay? Okay. So now, okay, the first thing we need to do is you'll always try to study the sheet. You will see what do you have. I have the code. I don't have the rate. I don't have the company, but I have the C code.
We have to
there is
find
some number
these
field.
empty.
So we have to find these exactly empty. So I would like you to spend just few minutes and study all this. You know why? Because if you study it, you will basically learn a lot. Your ICT practical is not like your physics maths paper. It's different paper.
Wow.
You're giving it online. You're giving it over there. So you've been given a task and you have to solve the task. You're not cramming things. You have to think over it. Okay, fine. How can I solve this? So if you study things properly and if you plan out properly, if you have your tools ready, believe me, you will do the paper in 1.5 hours. I'm telling you.
1.5 hours.
My good students, 1.5 hours. You have 2.5 hours. My good students, they finish the paper even in 1.5 hours. Some take 2 hours, doesn't matter.
Because they understand it
You get the
quickly.
point? Okay. Now, they understand it quickly. Exactly, they understand quickly and it doesn't take time. Okay? Although I always tell them, please don't have to go very fast. Go slow. Make sure you don't make even a single mistake. Okay? That's how you get a distinction. Okay? Right. Okay, so in the second file I have is the CC code and I have the company. So I have studied both files. I'll go back to the question. In the company column, which company column is he talking about? He's talking about over here. He's saying in the company column, this one, okay? By company column, he means this data, this company column. You get the point? By column doesn't mean this is a column, this is a column. This is the D column, this is the E column, this is the A column. By company column, he means this. Why am I talking about this? Because some students confuse it.
Yes.
So this is the company column. Okay. So click over here. Now, use lookup function. Now lookups means you can use VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, whatever. He's saying just use any lookup function. Use a lookup function to show the company name. So he wants to show the company name. Use the C code column for the lookup value and this file for the array. Now, what he wants is that I know that this is my lookup value and he's given me these.
Yes.
So over here we'll use
VLOOKUP
is equals to VLOOKUP and my lookup value is this. Agree with me? Comma my table array. My table array is in the file. The example I gave you over there, the array was right there on the sheet. Doesn't make a difference. It could be some other sheet as well. So I'll come here. I will not select the first row. Remember, I will not select the field names. I told you before. So I'll select from here till here.
No.
Any problem? I'll click here again, and now it says provide me. I'm sorry. It says provide me the column index number. From which column do you want to extract your data?
S-
Remember the column index number?
Company.
I want the company, right? So I want, yeah. And this is my, this from here till here I have it. So which is the column? Which
Company.
column index number I'm talking about? No, but column
Oh.
index number will be what? 1, 2,
One
what?
second. A A1, AB, A2.
This, no, it can be, it will only be numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is my range. In my example, I had 1, 2, 3, 4. Over here, my range has only 1 and 2. So if I want to get the company, I will use what? This is 1 and this is 2.
Lagging. No, it's
Huh?
better.
Okay. This is 1 and this is 2. So
Comma
so
2.
I'll type comma 2
1
and comma 0.
Oh.
It's okay. It's your first time you're doing it with me. It doesn't matter. I'll tell you why. Listen. This is what I was searching for. A. Agree with me? A. And I was searching A from where?
Yes.
From
Yes.
this range. Agree? And I wanted to get the data. Which data? The company. So 1, 2. If I would have written, listen over here. Instead of 2, if I type over here 1, what will happen now? I'll get the same back. Why? Because what am I doing? I am saying, tell me what is A equal to from here and get me the data back from here. It doesn't make sense. You get my point. So if I type over here 2, it says A is basically equal to what?
Yes.
B is equals to what? C is equals to what? Yes. E is equal to what? So in this range, these are equal to this. And this is second column of my
Because
range.
the last time you wrote 1,
Yes or no?
1 is for CC code. That's why the answer was not coming, right? And we were looking for A, and A is in
Yes, exactly.
second row.
Yes,
Yes.
look over here. Last time, in this example, if you remember, where did I go? Sorry. In this example, remember, I wrote 3. Why 3? ICT. Because this was 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Yes.
ICT was 3, remember? That's why I wrote 3. Now, in this example, in the exam paper, I don't have these two. It's simple. I just have 2 columns. So I will just refer to 2. That's it. I'll just refer to
Yes.
2. You get the point? My example was different. Okay?
Yes.
So, did you get it? Right? So you got this part, point number 3. Now, read it again. Usman, read point number 3 again and make sure did you get it or not. Okay. Here you go.
Formula is there.
The formula is there.
Okay.
And the question is there. Yeah, I'll give you 1 minute. Think over it.
B7.
Yes.
What is 0? Absolute. Approximate. Exactly.
Exact match.
False.
Exact. One was approximate.
Okay.
Take your time. I want your
Hmm.
concept to be clear. We are not running a race. Okay.
Can you explain the zero? That.
Is zero is basically for the
Hmm.
exact match. Remember the approximate match and the exact match. So I told you approximate match has not come in your passive till now.
Okay.
So you
Not
always have to
one.
use zero. Okay. I had to. Yeah, I will always explain you beyond the syllabus. I have to because there should be a reasoning for everything. I will
Okay.
explain you everything. But you will always use zero. So don't worry about that.
Hmm. Okay. I'm ready. You ready? Yes.
Ready? Got it? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, right. Can I continue? Okay, right. Okay, next question is no, it's not
Hmm.
very tough. Enter the following data in the model. So I have to enter the following. So it says we have to enter the following. Rate
1.21.
below rate, we need to enter this. Where was it? Yeah, here we go. And then 1 point,
It's getting
and
bloody.
then yeah, because I'm
Oh.
changing it again and again. That's why. So I've
Hmm.
entered it right. Point number 5. Name the cells containing this as discount. Remember the first part of the lecture,
Hmm.
naming a
Yes.
cell.
Rate.
So I have to name this. Right click. So define name. If you can
Select.
remember,
Selecting.
discount.
Now. Can you do it again, sir? Name the cell.
Right click. Oh, I'll do it. Don't worry. I'll name normal. So I have to name this as normal.
Right
So right
click.
click,
Hmm.
define name, define name, and
This is a procedure.
normal.
Procedure. Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a
Right.
procedure.
Right click.
Okay, and then I have to make it. Yeah, so we are
Hmm.
naming these cells. We are naming these cells.
Yes.
Remember the first part of the lecture, premium. So look over here. Look over here.
Yeah. We
Can
can
you
write
see
it
over
from.
here?
We can
Extreme
write it from there
left
also.
corner. Yes,
Hmm.
exactly. You can write there as well. Okay. So I
Okay.
have named these cells. Point number 5 done.
0.5 is done.
Usman, point number 5
Point
done.
6 form.
Yeah. Point 6,
Yeah.
format these three. Yeah. Format these three named cells
Yes.
to. So we have to two
I
decimal
know this.
places.
Right
So
click.
format.
Format.
Right click. Right click. Format.
Hmm.
And two decimal places. Here you go.
Yes.
Simple as that. Point number 7. Format cells A2, A3, and A4 so that they are right
Hmm.
aligned. A2, A3, and A4. A2, A3, and A4 so that they are. I can
Yes.
even do it from here, right line.
No.
Not a big issue. Point number 8. This is important. We need to understand the question. Use counter function in cell C7. C7 is over here. This is C7.
C7.
Fine.
Yes.
Use count
Hmm.
C7. C7. This is C7, right? Use a counter function in cell C7 to count the number of products made by supplier with a C code that matches the
Hmm.
content of cell B7. Now, if you just try to look at over here now, if
Yes.
you look over here, this is a C code, and I have over here different
Supplier.
sections over here. You can see over here. Yes, this is a
Hmm.
supplier. Okay, so he's saying I need to
Hmm.
count the number. Read the question. Read the
Okay.
question. I want you to
Can you open
tell me.
the? Yes.
Yeah. Take time and
Hmm.
then read it.
C count C7. We have to use count if number of products made by the.
Just okay. Just tell me what the question is.
Okay.
Usman, don't tell me how. Don't tell me
Okay.
how to it. Just tell me what is the question.
Okay.
What is the question?
In C7 we have to.
What do we have to do?
In C7
Number
we have
means
to use count if
Mhm.
function to
Mhm.
count. I forgot to count number of supplies in
Exactly. Very good.
which matches
To count
thus
how many times
which
A is
matches
appearing, how many times
yes
B is appearing.
which
Yes.
matches
Here
B7
you go. You gave me the
B7
answer. Exactly. So count if. First, I want the range. My range is
yes
this. Is this not the range?
yes
Yes or no?
supplies
Yes.
hmm.
So agree with me. I have to make it F4. Then comma the criteria, and this is the
Yes,
criteria. Enter.
it is the
Now I
answer of
replicate.
B7 B7 B8
Yes. Yes. So I replicate. It's telling me how many times B,
hmm.
C, D, E are appearing. And this is what the question was. And you know what? He says this function must include both
Hmm.
absolute and relative referencing. So we have it. This function has absolute and
Yes,
relative.
if you write relative
So it has both.
all will be the same, right? Okay,
Yes.
yes,
So is it clear?
sure.
Sure? No. Now see. Sorry.
Should be write absolute before B7? No.
No.
Oh,
B7 is relative. This is
okay.
absolute. The range is absolute.
B7.
The range is absolute and B7 is relative. So he's saying now this function must
Oh,
include
both okay.
both absolute and relative.
Understand. Yes.
Right?
Hmm.
Got it? Is it
At
complicated?
first, at first it
Not
was
very
now.
much. Yes. Listen, exactly. In the second class with me,
Yes.
you're solving a past paper. So don't
Hmm.
worry, you will be able to do all of them. Okay? Right? Okay. Point number 9, set the page orientation to
This
landscape.
easy.
Well, what you'll do is, um, yeah, we have to set to landscape. And what he says is, save the data model and print a copy of cells A2 to C2 showing only the formula used. Now look at this. What I do is, there is this, do you see uh, below or above the escape key, you have a tilde sign? Anyway, you can simply do is come to formulas and say over here, show formula. There
Yes.
must be over here. Yeah, here you go. Show formula. Don't show the formula, right?
Hmm.
So show formula. Click over here, double click, adjust it,
Hmm.
select from here till here, come into file and come into print, and you print
Print.
the formulas. Or no, you say print selection.
We have to
Okay, print
we have to
selection
select it then
and print it.
print.
Yeah. Can you read point number 10?
Okay.
Read point number 10.
We have to print the cells from A1 to C21, showing also the
Showing the
formula
formula.
and functions.
Yes,
We have to select the show formulas
exactly. So,
bar.
exactly.
Okay. Make sure that the row and column headings and all and the contents of all cells in this range are visible. Make sure that the print out fits on a single page, not two pages. All answers.
Why?
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry
Make
about
sure
that.
that your name. Yes.
Right? Your name
Mm.
center number with the same way I told you. Clear or not? So you have
Okay.
you've taken a printout and you'll
Yes.
get a printout. Yes or no?
Portrait.
Now read point number
Set the
11
page orientation to portrait. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Save the data model and print a copy of cells A1 to A1 to C21 only, showing the values. Make sure that the row and column headings are not visible. Make sure that
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right. So all we have to do is click
it
on
is
this,
lagging.
get the values, do the same thing
I'm,
again. Yeah. And
can
I just
can
clicked
you do
on
it
show
again?
formulas again.
It was lagging.
Yeah. Just click on
Formulas.
got it? Yeah. Now just like this and take a printout. So you'll come over here, come to print, you can come into page setup, and now they're saying is uh, make sure the row and column headings are
Not
not
visible.
visible. Okay. So you can say over here is sheet.
It's blur.
Yeah.
It's getting
So
blurry.
you will see over here is
And now it's
getting blurry.
clear.
Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. You can see our sheet,
Yes.
row and column heading.
No.
Do you want to show them,
Okay.
or
No.
do you don't want to
Okay.
show them?
Fine.
Fine. Fine. Okay. Okay. There you go. Yeah. The reason why I selected this paper was because it was a lengthy paper.
Yes.
Point number 13. Here we go. In point number 13, we have is this. It's very interesting. The nested if. It comes rarely, but that's why. In the unit retail column F24.
Yours.
F24. Here is
If
F24
function.
unit retail. Okay.
Yes.
We need to understand the question. Use Use an if function to calculate the retail price of each unit. Okay. If the code is D, which code? This code. Okay. He's talking about this code. Can you see? If the code is D, then do what? Then
blurry.
multiply. Okay, I'll wait. I'll wait. Yeah. If the code is D.
Yes. If the code is D, then multiply.
Yeah. Doesn't matter. Then multiply.
Why we have to write this in
Why
the
don't you
function
read?
in the formula.
Yeah, but
We have
yes,
to
if it's D. You remember the nested if I discussed with you in the first lecture? This doesn't matter. This might be a bit complicated to you first time. Second time it will be easy.
we have to
The
select
lecture is being
the
recorded.
discount cell. Then
Yeah. Remember we named cells discount, normal,
Yes.
we named the cells, remember? So he's saying if it's D. So this is what he's saying. He's saying is equals to if this is equals to D,
multiply.
then do what? Multiply this count by he said what? By the unit purchase.
Wait.
Where is the unit purchase? This is the unit purchase.
Yes.
Yes or no? If otherwise, remember one if can have only one condition. My
Only
first
one
lecture.
condition.
So if this is equals to what he is saying, if it's second part n, yeah.
N.
If it's n,
multiply the names.
yeah. If this is equals to n, oh sorry, I didn't type. If this is equals to if this is equal to n,
multiply by normal.
Then do what?
And that's above. Go. The second one. Yes.
This multiplied by
Unit
this.
retail.
Agree with me?
No. Unit purchase.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Now you know what? Okay, let's read the question again. Then he says if the code is P, then multiplied by this, and then he says if the code is not D, N, or P, then return the unit purchase price. This means we need another if.
Yes.
Do you agree with me? So if again this, and there were lots
12
of marks
marks.
for this. There were like 12 marks
This,
for this
mm,
that 12 time. Marks. Yeah, 12 marks. Yeah, because obviously uh,
this function.
it has a lot of concept. Function. Exactly. There were 12 marks for this entire function. Premier multiplied by again. Otherwise, okay. Remember the last if. Remember the last if has what?
Discount.
The last if has the true and the false both. Discount. Do you remember my lecture? The last if will have the false statement. So
Okay.
read the last line. Okay. If the code is not D.
The
Read
code
this.
is P. Oh, if the code is not
Code
D
is
and
P.
or
Oh, if the code is
D and or P, then
yes,
return the unit
or
purchase price. It's
D
like
N or
false.
P, then return the unit purchase
If,
price.
if
It's like
neither
false. Very good. Very good.
neither are
Neither. Exactly.
yes
Neither are. Yes.
yes
Is this right? Yes. I selected this. So here you go.
drag it. Yes.
Yes or no?
Understand.
This was 12 marks. So I'll open this and I'll open this and I'll minimize this somehow because I
Okay.
want you to have a look. Okay. And tell me if there's any problem. I can't do it more. What I can do is I can just reduce. This is what I can do.
Okay. It's blurry. Now it's clear.
Blurry.
If
Now it's clear.
if
Take your time, doesn't matter. If
hello.
hello. Yes. Did you get it?
D what was D24?
Did you
Which
get it?
which column was the
What was
D24?
D24? Which column was the D24? Yes.
Okay.
I'll just show you. This, the name.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I understand.
Right. I understand. Got it?
Yes.
So yes. If this is the case, do this. If this is the case, do this. If this is the case, do this. If it's none of the
We have to
case,
write
then the last if we have the
we have to
false.
write all in one function, not separately,
We have to write all in
because
one
it's one
function.
cost.
Yes, not yes. Separately.
One,
No,
right?
no, no. In one. Because
Okay.
it's one cost. Exactly. One, right? Yes. Okay. You will do this question. You will do this paper
Okay.
yourself. Okay. And Thursday you will tell me were you able to
Okay.
do it or not. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Tomorrow morning I'll upload this video as well. Okay, let's go to the next part.
You will send.
The next part was 1 second. Okay, 14. In retail column, cell H24, multiply the unit retail price by the pack size to calculate the retail price for the item. So we have it over here. So all we have to do is pretty easy. We need to multiply pack size by
Unit.
the unit retail. Am I right?
Yeah, easy.
Agree? Right. And then we have is replicate done. Format
Hmm.
cells in row 23 to be
Bold.
center lined,
And
to be bold,
yes,
and to be
easy.
italic.
Yes, you can.
I can ignore this, can I? I can ignore this. Format the data
Oh,
in the uh, unit retail and retail columns to
I know
YOLO
this
with two
one.
decimal places. I'll not ignore it. I'll do it.
Currency.
So we have to format
Currency.
these.
We have to go to currency.
We have
Format.
to format. Yeah.
Format.
Right.
Yes.
So you know it. You know it. I could have. Exact. So I'm
Hmm.
ignoring it. You
Currency.
know it. Is it fine?
Yes.
Right? Format only the pack size to zero decimal places. Center
Yes.
line supplier and this. Set the orientation to
Hmm.
landscape. Okay. Save the data model
Short
and
form.
print a copy of these formula and then send it to landscape and then
Hmm.
print out the
This is the
values. Right?
interrogate
Done? Done or
tape.
not?
Interrogate the data.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll come there. I'll come there. Till 20, yeah, I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Till 24 is it done? 24. Any problem?
24. 23.
22 to 24 we'll taking
Okay.
print out. Okay. Now 25 is
Hmm.
pretty easy. Don't worry. This the last point is easy. Interrogate means
Filtering.
filtering. Interrogate the data to find all the red items with unit purchase price between this
Hmm.
and this. Okay? Between this and this. Red. So I
Average.
have to interrogate. So for interrogate what is, yes, I'll click on this. I'll click on this where I have the field names and I'll click on
Yes, I can.
filter. Can you see filter? Yes. So I want to find is to find all the red
Red.
items. Where are
Red
the items?
items. Where's the red item?
These are the items in the description.
Yes.
So I will say array text filter. Okay. Contains
Hmm.
red, right? Okay. And price
Hmm.
between this and this. So I'll need is
Where it's bloody.
just no problem. I'll wait.
Now, okay. Clear. Yes.
Right? Okay. Unit purchase price
No.
between this and
Hmm.
this. Agree?
Okay.
I get is this.
Understand.
Read the question again. And
Yes.
you have to print this.
Hmm.
This is known as filtering. Interrogation
They're
means
different.
filtering.
They use different words.
Is it clear?
Sometimes they will say filtering, interrogate.
Yes. Yes.
Hmm.
Sometimes it interrogate. Now the reason why I
Hmm.
choose this paper was because it was lengthy. Yes, obviously every
Yes.
paper is a bit different, but this is the standard. This
This
is
is the
the
type of
standard of
paper.
the paper. Okay,
Hmm.
this is the type of paper
Yes.
you will come across. Okay, but usually Excel doesn't come so lengthy. This was
They.
lengthy that year. Okay, and one more. 2011 November was also lengthy, bit lengthy.
Oh.
Uh, Equal to this. It was
Hmm.
equal to this. Otherwise, it was not that much,
In the
right?
in the exam,
So Usman, I
okay.
will.
In
Yes,
the
yes, yes.
exam, they will give one Excel
Mm-hmm.
test, one Excel paper, one PowerPoint.
Yeah,
Hmm.
this is your paper three. This is your paper. In paper three, you will have Excel and
Dreamweaver.
Dreamweaver.
And
In paper two, you will have PowerPoint, Word, Access,
Dreamweaver is
and
easy.
Mailbird. Okay. You know Dreamweaver?
I think I never learned Dreamweaver.
It's not very tough.
It's
Don't worry, it's not tough.
yes.
Excel is
Excel
tough.
is
This is why.
Excel is the
Dreamweaver is not very tough.
most complicated. Yes.
Is it toughest one? Exactly.
Mm.
You're right. You're right. This is why I've started with this one. Okay. Right. Okay, so Usman, I will now start rendering this video. I will upload this. Okay. So
Thursday.
inshallah Thursday same time, 10 PST.
Can you teach at
Thursday same time, 10
9:30?
PST. We'll
How
meet.
is
Can
it?
you teach at 9:30? Oh, no
Okay.
problem. Just remind me.
Okay.
Nine, I have no problem. Okay. I have no problem. Okay. Can you just WhatsApp me like
Okay.
10
What
minutes before?
what's your
Okay, sir.
I'm even on
We're going to
Facebook
start the class.
Messenger. I can.
Yes. I'm even on Facebook Messenger. I can. Sure.
Yes.
That will be better, right? Yes. Right. Okay,
You're
smart
going?
beta. See you then, okay? On Thursday.
Can I
Right.
ask you one thing?
Yes. Can I ask you
Tomorrow
one
is
thing?
election,
Sure,
right?
sure, sure. Do.
Pakistan. You're
Tomorrow is
going?
election, right? Yes, yes. Pakistan. Yes. You're going? Let me just
Yes, possible.
can you pause the recording
Yes.
because that's not
Yes,
part of our lecture.